Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I'm about to play a 1,500-point battle between my Genestealer Cult and Randall's Alpha Legion. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Alpha Legion arrived on this planet looking to recruit some cultists to join their forces to be used as cannon fodder and the whatnots. So bringing out the word of the of their dark gods to try to further their gains across the Imperium. And when they arrived and they started to try to recruit, they noticed that some of the recruits that they were trying to talk to didn't quite look right, and they hadn't quite been turned. They hadn't been turned to the chaos yet, so there wasn't that excuse. And suddenly they realized that they had kicked the hornet's nest and awoken a Genestealer Cult uprising on their hands. And they soon were fighting for their own lives with little regard, really, for collecting any more cultists at that point. So that's the story that we've got going on here. The mission that we're going to play is we're doing the open war missions. What we did was we had this deployment here, which is pretty interesting. So my guys are on this side, his guys are on that side. We did the objectives. We ended up with the objectives because we had many places in victory, many paths to victory, which is the twist, which means that we have that we got to choose. We actually drew two objectives for this game, so we're going to have two. We're going to have Kill the Courier, where we nominated a model that had to be that you have to try to kill that model to win the game, and then we have War of Attrition, which is basically kill points except with just power ratings level instead of just unit count, which is pretty interesting. And if we both score, if we win one and the other person wins one, then we have a tie on our hands. So should be pretty interesting. So that's the story and the mission that we're going to be playing here right now. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies that are going to be fighting it out today. So for the Genestealer Cult, I'll be running a battalion detachment and a vanguard detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have a Magos and a Primus. We have two 5-man Acolyte hybrid squads. One has a Lash Whip and Bone Sword. We have a 10-man Neophyte hybrid squad with 2 grenade launchers. We have a Rock Grinder with a Clearance Incinerator. We have an Armored Sentinel with a las cannon. We have a Cult Leman Russ with a battle cannon and 3 heavy flamers. Then for the Vanguard detachment, we have a Patriarch. We have 2 squads of Aberrants. One squad is 4-man and has power hammers. Another is 5-man and has power picks. And last but not least, we have a 20-man Pure Strain squad. For the Alpha Legion, he'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off the detachment, we have a Dark Apostle, a Chaos Lord with a chainsword, and a Chaos Lord with a power sword, combi bolter on a bike. We have 2 squads of cultists. We have one that is a 26-man squad, has auto rifles and 2 heavy stubbers. The other has 25-man, has 2 flamers and close combat weapons. We have a 10-man Chaos Space Marine squad with 2 plasma guns, and the champion has a combi plasma and a power sword. We have 2 10-man Havoc squads, one with 2 autocannons and 2 missile launchers, another with 3 missile launchers and a las cannon. They both have the Mark of Slaanesh. We have a 7-man Bike squad. The champion has a Power Fist. He has the Mark of Khorne and the Icon of Wrath. And last but not least, we have a Hellbrute with a missile launcher and twin las cannon. It has the Mark of Slaanesh. All right, so going over deployment now for the Genestealer Cults here. I've got my Neophytes are all up in this building here. I've got my Rock Grinder with one of the Acolyte squads inside, the one with the Lash Whip and Bone Sword. I've got my Leman Russ over here. I've got my Armored Sentinel back over here. And I've got my other Acolyte squad in there. Everything else is in Cult Ambush. Going over deployment now for the Chaos. We've got his squad, his shooty squad over here. We've got his Chaos Space Marine squad in the middle there. We've got the close combat squad over there. We've got the bikers all moving around here, trying to take away spaces for me to go anywhere. We've got his Dark Apostle over here. We've got the Havoc squad with the autocannons over here. We've got his Bike Lord. We've got the Havoc squad with the las cannon in here. We've got his Lord on foot over here, and then we've got his Hellbrute over there. So, the courier models, by the way, is my armored sentinel here, and he chose his, because you just choose any model, so he chose the champion from his Havoc squad in the back there, which I thought was pretty brilliant. So that is the deployment that we've got going as of now. Right now, the Genestealers will be going first, unless he can seize the initiative, looking for a 6. No, does not get it. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 1. My Rock Grinder moved up over this way. My Leman Russ moved up 5 inches, so it's half his movement, moving up that way. They advanced over here, and he stood still, and these guys also stood still. And in came these guys. The Primus came in with the five-man squad of Aberrants with the power picks, and they came over here, rolled a 5 for the ambush, and then moved. These guys moved 5 inches closer. He only moved 1 inch closer, so he'll be 8 inches away. They're going to be 4 inches away. So pretty good. So that is it for the movement phase. There's no Psychers on the board as of right now, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so start off the shooting phase. My Leman Russ is going to fire his 3 heavy flamers into his Space Marine squad here, and he's going to fire the battle cannon into his bikers. He's going to fire it twice into them. So we're going to go with the heavy flamers first. 3d6 hits. 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. All right, so that is 9 hits into them. Strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. Okay. Oh, 3? Really? 3 wounds at AP -1. So there's still one guy. Why don't you do one at a time, because there's the one guy out front there who's gonna be. It's gonna be at 4 up. That's good. Next, 4 up. He's good, and he's dead. All right. All right. So now the big gun is gonna fire into them. So 2d6 shots. We've got 8 shots coming from these. All right, so 8 shots, because they are more than 12 inches away, and they are Alpha Legion. They are -1 to hit, so these are going to be hitting on 5s. Pretty good. I'll take that. So we got 4 hits. Strength 8, wounding on 3s. All right, we got 2 wounds. AP -2. So 2 5s. And he makes them both. Well played. And now the Rock Grinder is going to fire into the cultists over here. So the Clearance Incinerator is 5 hits. Strength 5, wounding on 3s. Okay, we got 5 wounds at AP -1. So that's 5, just 5 dead. Okay, prom. And now the Heavy Stubber firing in, hitting on 5s. Got 1 hit, wounding on a 3. Nope, no wound. All right, so he's going to fire into the bikers over here, hitting on a 5 because it's -1 to hit because of them. Nope, no hit there. And now my Primus is going to shoot into the cultists. That is not a hit, I don't think. No. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. On to the assault phase. We're going to start out with my Rock Grinder charging into his cultists over here. So the whites are going to be the heavy stubbers. Red are going to be all the las guns that are going to be shooting in here, or auto guns, same difference. So he's going to be hitting on 6s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so the white one needs a 5. Red needs 6s. Nope, no wounds there. So his charge distance, 5 inches will totally get him in. And now my aberrants are going to charge in here. 5 inches. Whoa, let me check. And they did make it in. And now my Primus is going to charge in, needing 9 inches. Not getting it. I'm going to spend a command point on that. Nope, still not getting in. Okay. All right, so starting out the fight phase, my Rock Grinder is going to go first. He's going to have an additional D3 on the charge here. He also consolidated, so he brought those guys in there, which is, you know, I don't know. I just don't want plasma shooting at me. So here we go. So he gets an additional 2, so it's going to be 8 attacks on the charge here. These are going to be hitting on 5s. All right, that's a good way to start things off here. All right, so now my aberrants are going to attack in. They got 2 attacks each, so 10 attacks, hitting on 3s. Not super great. Really wish my Primus could have gotten in. +1 would have been nice. These are going to be strength. 1 second. All right, so it's strength 5. So wounding on 3s. And that is all of them. So that is going to be 6 dead cultists. All right, so now he's going to activate his Chaos Space Marine squad in there. We've got 4 guys that can get in there, and the champion is one of them. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. The reds are the lighter reds there are the ones that are the champion. So, all right, 1 miss. Toughness 7, so looking for 5s to wound.
Come on, buddy. Aim for the exhaust port.
Gets 1 wound with the AP 3, so that's going to go through for 1 damage, right? So he's got rugged construction, which means on a 6-up he can ignore that wound. No, don't get that one. So he takes 1 wound. And now his cultists are going to attack. He's got 11 guys that are going into my aberrants here, and he's got 2 guys that can go into his truck, into my truck. So the team of the truck, 1 hits, looking for a 6 to wound.
Do it again.
Nope, no wound there. And then the guys into the aberrants. All right, looking for 4s to hit, so that is 4 hits. Strength 3, so looking for 5s to wound. We got 1 wound. 5 up. No, 1 takes a wound. All right, so that is the end of the Genestealer Cult turn here, end of the fight phase there. My opponent is going to spend the 2 points to keep this squad from running, and that is going to be it. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Alpha Legion here on turn 1. All right, movement phase here for the Alpha Legion on turn 1. They kind of shuffled over this way. The Biker Lord moved back. So did the what's his face, Dark Apostle. These guys stood still over here. This squad kind of moved around a bit, but the ones with the heavy weapons, I'm sure, stood still. His Lord on a foot moved over that way, so he's within range of everybody over there, which is pretty nice. These guys fell back over here. These guys, the Cast Space Marines fell back out of combat over here. So they didn't fall back, they just moved back. They didn't fall back, so they can still do their thing, but they just moved back. And you may notice that those cultists are gone, because my opponent spent 2 command points. What's it called? What's the stratagem called? Yeah, he spent 2 command points on a a stratagem that basically means that you take off the unit of cultists. You take them off the board, and then you can bring them back within 6 inches of a table edge, more than 9 inches. Tide of Traitors is called is what it's called. The stratagem is called. And it's 2 command points. Take them in 6 inches from a table edge, more than 9 inches from an enemy model, and they come back at full strength. So it's the full 26-man squad over here, right? Brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. So we'll see how well he can hold off against all of these guys, especially since he's my courier. Not great. So that is it for the movement phase for the Alpha Legion. We will come back to you after, we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, this squad is going to shoot into my armored sentinel over here. So we're going to start with the auto guns first. So the first 3 rows here are within rapid fire range. So that's 15 guys in rapid fire range, plus another 9 guys that aren't. So these are going to be 39 shots, hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. And wounding on 6s, because he's toughness 6. Whoop, 1 more, just got dropped over there. All right, so it looks like it is 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. 4 3-up saves. And he fails 2 of them. And now the heavy stubbers hitting on 4s. Oh, they're hitting on 5s because they moved. Now wounding on, that's 3 wounds. 3 AP nothing, so 3 3-up saves. And I failed 1 of them. And now his whatchamacallit, Hellbrute is going to fire into my Leman Russ over here. So we've got the whites are the 2 las guns, and the red is the crack missile hitting on 3s. All right. Strength 9. That's going to be wounded on a 3, and this is wounded on a 4 because it's strength 8. So that's 2 wounds. This is for the las gun, las cannon. So las cannon, looking for a 6-up. Oh, I thought I saw the fill face coming. And then the crack missile, which is AP -3 as well, I think. 2. Still not enough. So they both go through. They're both D6, right? So let's see, D6 is 5 wounds. He's going to spend a command point to reroll that 1.
Come on, buddy. Give me the mighty 6.
He does get a 6, so 10 wounds down. Brutal. All right, so now this squad's going to fire. The last cannon is going to fire into the Leman Russ, and then the 3 missile launchers are going to fire crack missiles into my rock grinder. So here comes the last cannon, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. No wound there. And then the 3 crack missiles in here. Hitting on 3s, so it's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s, that is 1 wound. AP -2, just goes straight through. So damage, D6, 3 damage, 3 6-up rugged construction saves. Make one of them. And now his bikers here are going to fire into my aberrants. So he's going to fire, 4 of them are in rapid fire. So those are going to be 4 shots each there. So that's 12, and then that's 2 each for those guys. So that's going to be 18 shots here. 18 shots hitting on 3s. I'll come back to you with that. Rerolling the 1s because the Lord is within range there. All right, a couple more hits there. All right, these are going to be wounded on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, it was 7 wounds, so we're going to do it 4 at a time because there's 2 guys out of... Oh, no. We're going to do 1 at a time first. So it's 5 up. He's good. Second one is not good, so this guy is dead. And then I've got... I'm going to do 4 5 ups. Make one of them. And one more 5 up. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! Now the Chaos Lord's going to fire into them. We've got 2 combi bolters, so these are hitting on 2s, right?
Yep.
So those are all hits. Wounding on 4s.
Come on, buddy. Shoot him in the face.
We've got 2 wounds. 1 at a time. 5 up. No, 1's dead, and then it becomes a 4 because he's in cover then. And he's good with that one. And now this Havoc squad is going to fire the bolters and the autocannons into my aberrants, and then he's going to fire the missile launchers into my rock grinder. So we're going to go with the bolters and what's that? Whiter autoguns, white autocannons, and the reds are going to be the bolters. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because of the Lord. That 2 there.
Come on, buddy. Shoot him.
Nope, wasn't meant to be. So wounding on 4s and 3s, 4s and 3s. All right, so that is 2 at -1. So 2 at -1. So we've got 2 that are -1 becomes 5 ups again. Failed both of them. Are they 2 wounds each? Which actually becomes 1 wound each because of the aberrant special rule where they -1 from the damage. So that's 1 that is dead. And then we've got 1. That's also a wound. Okay. And now the missiles into the rock grinder.
Crack missile. There we go.
Hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s.
Come on.
No wounds there. And his Dark Apostle is going to fire into my aberrant. That is not a hit. That's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his bikers are going to charge into my aberrant over here. They are totally in. All right, so there they go. They are in there. So we're going to start out with his champion, who is going to attack in, hitting on 4s because he's got the power fist. Nope, not making that one. So we'll come back to you with the other attacks. All right, so there's 6 other guys there with chainswords. So we've got 12 attacks hitting on 3s. Oh yeah, many more there. And these are going to be wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound. I mean, that's all it takes. 1 5 up. Oh, and I make it with a fill phase. Woo! And now I get to attack back. 2 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Oh, I hit him. Strength 5, toughness 5. Looking for 4s to wound. We got 1 wound. AP minus 2? Yeah, I think it's AP minus 2. 4, so that goes through. It becomes D3 wounds. Let me see. 3 wounds, so 1 of them is dead. And that is it for the Alpha Legion turn here. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 2. My Primus moved up here. He stayed in combat with them. He moved up over here. Lehman Russ moved up his full 4 inches up to there. These guys had disembarked from here before he moved. They advanced up over there, and he moved up over this way. And these guys just kind of shuffled up along the wall over there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. Starting off, he's going to fire his heavy flamers into them, and then he's going to fire his battle cannon into them. So, heavy flamers. We've got 9, 10, 11 hits. All right, 11 hits, looking for 3s. Okay. All right, so we've got 3, 6, 7, 8 wounds. 8 3-ups, 2 die, 3 die. And my acolytes are going to fire their pistols into those guys there. There's only 1 with the Lash Whip Bone Sword doesn't have it, so these are hitting on 4s, wounding on 5s. No wounds. All right, so he's going to fire into the Space Marines over there. So we're going to go to the Clearance Incinerator first. 1 hit. 1 wound, 3 up save. No, 1 dead. And then the heavy stubber. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 4s, that's 1 wound. AP nothing, so 2 up save. And he's good. Forgot to shoot him, his main battle cannon, into his cultist back there. So, D6 shots, 3 shots. Hitting on 6s because he's so wounded. I got 1. Why do you mock me with a battle cannon into a cultist? Oh, cruel, cruel dice. Okay, and his last cannon is going to fire into the Space Marines over here. That is a hit. That is a wound. AP -3, +1, so looking for 5 up. And he's good with a 6. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Rock Grinder is going to assault into them. And he is in. And then my Primus is also going to assault into them, and he is also in. All right, so now these acolytes here are going to charge into his Chaos Space Marine. So we've got 2 plasma guns, 2 bolters, and 1 combi plasma, which is going to fire both profiles into them. So we're going to have 6 plasma shots and 6 bolter shots coming into them over here. So the plasma is the white. So hitting on 6s. No, nothing. Okay. Okay. Your dice apparently got jealous of my dice. So here comes their charge distance. Oh, I saw the 1 before I saw the fill phase. They are in. All right, so starting up the fight phase, we are going to start with my Primus over here. So he has 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Alrighty. Strength 4, toughness 5, so looking for 5s. No wounds there. My Rock Grinder, it's D3 additional attacks, so an additional 2 attacks, so he's looking at 8 attacks. Again, let's see if he can do better than last time. So we have 8 attacks, usually hitting on 5s, but because the Primus is there, going to be hitting on 4s. All right, much better than he did last time, thank you. Strength, 1 second. All right, so it becomes strength 8, so he's wounding on 3s. All right, so we've got 3 wounds, AP -2, so 3 5-ups. And he makes 2 of them, D3 damage. What? Ooh, 1 damage. All right, so now the Acolytes are going to attack in with a Rending Claws. So we've got the regular guys there. There's 4 of them, have with the Rending Claws, 2 attacks each, hitting on 3s. All right, These are now strength 4, toughness 4, looking for 4s. Alrighty. So that's 2 wounds at 6s, so that means it's AP -1 second. Alright, so those are AP -4, so that just goes through and kills 2 of them. And then 4 shots with the cultist knives. Alright, wounding on 4s. So that's 1 wound at regular save, so 3 up. Ooh, 1 goes through. And then the leader with the Lash Whip and Bone Sword, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 4s. Got 2 wounds, AP -2. 2 5-ups. Oh, and 2 more dead, so that is the squad. And now my Aberrant over here is going to attack as the activation of the ones who are already in combat. 2 attacks, hitting on 2s because of the Primus being there. That's 2 hits. Strength 5 looking for 4, so that's 1 wound. AP -2, so 5 up. No, goes through, D3 wounds. Oh, it doesn't make a difference, it was 1 guy that was already wounded, okay. All right, so now he's gonna activate his bikers. The guy with the Power Fist is gonna go into my Primus over there. 2 attacks hitting on 4s. Toughness 3, so wounding on 2s. That's a wound, AP -3, right? So that goes straight through, D3 wounds, 1 wound. Now the 3 of the bikers are gonna go into my Aberrant over here. Hitting on 3s. Okay. Wounding on not that. Okay. And then 1's going into my Rock Grinder over there. 1 hit. Looking for a not a 3. Okay. All right. And after I had killed the Space Marines here, I consolidated into his squad over there. So now that squad is going to get to attack into me, hitting on 4s.
Not bad, guys.
Nope. Wounding on toughness 3. So wounding on 4s. So that is 3 wounds. 3 5-up saves. And I make 1 of them. And And that is it for the fight phase. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Alpha Legion here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Alpha Legion. These guys are moving up this way. They stayed in combat over here. His Dark Apostle is moving up this way. Everyone else over here stood still. These guys all stood still. They all stood still. His cultist fell back from combat over here over to here, and that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting out the shooting phase, this squad here is going to fire into my armored sentinel here. So we've got the reds are going to be the bolt guns, or the auto guns. Then we have the whites there are the hitting on, what is it?
These are heavy stubbers?
They're heavy stubbers. So we've got different heavy stubbers that are hitting on 5s, because one of them moved, right?
Yeah, we'll do them in a bit.
We're going to do them in a bit. So these are all hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, looking for 6s and 5s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. And then we got 3 hitting on 5s. No hits there. So we have 7 wounds that went into the armored sentinel there. So I've got 7 3-ups. And I failed 3 of them, which is exactly... I'm going to spend a command point to reroll one of those into a 2. So, yeah, he did. Ugh. Does he blow up? No, he does not, thankfully. Okay. And that is... He just killed the courier. So that is... He's got one game 1. Let's see what happens with the kill points here. Not great so far. All right, so this squad here is going to fire all the bolters into my acolyte squad here, and then the rocket launchers, missile launchers, and the las cannon are going to fire into my the acolytes over there. So here comes the bolter shots, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Looking for 3s to wound.
Do not let the cultists show you up.
Yeah. 3 wounds. 3. 4 up saves because they're in cover, and I make 2 of them. And now here come the frag shots from the missile launchers. So we're gonna have one. Is it D6 or is it D3?
D6.
D6. So we've got 10 that are gonna be coming in there. All right. So we got frag rounds and a las cannon hitting on 3s. Okay, the las cannon is not gonna make it. Chaos Lord. Chaos Lord near their unit. So get to reroll that. Still okay. Still not meant to be. All right, so these are strength 3, wounding on 4s.
Yeah, 4s.
All right, so we've got 4 wounds there. AP nothing, right? So 4 4-ups, and I make all but 1. Chaos Lord's gonna fire his bolters into them over there. Wow. Okay.
Do that again.
He really wants to hit.
Do that again.
Wounding on 3s, getting all of them. 4-up saves. Making all but 1. And then the Dark Apostle's gonna fire. That's a hit. That is a wound. Oh, that is a miss. He's dead. All right, so the heavy weapons from here are gonna fire into my Lehman Russ over here. So we got the auto cannons hitting on 3s and crack missiles hitting on 3s.
Come on, guys. Aim for the big blue thing.
All right, re-rolling 1s because of the Lord that's over there. Okay. So the red are wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound there, and these are wounding on 5s. Got 1 wound there. Oh, 2 wounds there. Sorry, 2 wounds there. So we've got 1 at AP minus 3. That is not good. And then the other 2 at AP minus 1. Also 1 is not good there. So 2 wounds from that one, it's going to be dead regardless. So it does not explode. And then his Hellbrute over here is going to fire into my acolytes over there. So we've got frag grenade is going to have 2 frag missile is going to have 2 shots, and then the 2 las cannons hitting on 3s. All right, all hits. Looking for 4s and 2s. So we just got the 2 las cannons, AP minus 3. Those are just going to go through. So that is 2 guys dead. All right, so that's it for shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his Dark Apostle is going to charge into the truck. Needs 8 inches. Gets it with 9. All right, so starting out the fight phase, the Dark Apostle is going to go first. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 2s.
Oh, hitting on 2s. I'm sorry. Re-rolling, right? Because he's basically a chaplain. Maybe. 1 second. Yes, re-rolling. So there we go. Re-rolling because of himself. There we go. 3 hits. Strength plus 2, right? So it becomes strength 6. Looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP minus
1.
Minus 1. So looking for a 6 up. No, not getting it. So that's 2 wounds, right? 1 wound. So looking for a 6 up rugged construction save. No, does not go through. All right, so now he's going to activate his bikers. The guy with the power fist is going to attack into my Primus, getting 1 hit, wounding on a 2. That is a wound. That's going to go straight through there. So D6 wound, or D3 wounds, 2 wounds. 3 attacks into the Aberrant over here. Our 3 guys are attacking, I'm sorry. So that's going to be hitting on 3s. And re-rolling because of Dude Bro over there. There we go. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. We've got 3 wounds. 3 5-ups. No, he is dead. And then 1 guy into the truck. Re-rolling because of the what's his face? All right, that's 2 hits. Wish he probably saved his his wounds. Wound on 5s, getting 1 wound. Not saving it. 6-up rugged construction. Yeah, with the fill phase. Woo! All right, starting out here with my Primus. 4 attacks hitting on 2s. All right, wounding on 5s. All right, now he is going to, the Rock Rider is going to attack into the bikers over here. So we got 6 attacks. Hitting on 4s because of the Primus there. All righty. Wounding on 3s. You got 2 wounds. AP -2.
Come on, guys, don't die.
1 goes through. Oh, yeah. And that is it for the fight phase. So morale phase, they lost 3 guys. 3 plus 5 is 8. Their leader is still there, so they're good to go. And that is the end of the Alpha Legion turn here on turn 2. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Genestealer Cult. These guys stayed in combat over here. These guys arrived from Cult Ambush. These guys arrived in Cult Ambush. These guys all just kind of, they're starting to move down a bit, but they're staying inside the building looking over that way. And those guys moved up 6 inches over there. So that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, starting off, the Patriarch is going to smite into his guys over there. Getting it with 8. 1 mortal wound. And the Magus is going to cast Mass Hypnosis onto the squad over there. Getting it with a 9. Cool. All right, starting off the shooting phase, my neophytes here are going to fire into his cultists over there. So we're going to have the autoguns, 8 autoguns firing in there, hitting on 4s. All right, pretty good. Strength 3, toughness 3, looking for 4s to wound. We've got 4 wounds, 4 regular saves. So 1 makes it. And then frag grenades. So we're going to have 10 shots. I like that. So 10 shots, hitting on 4s. I don't like that. All right, wounding on 4s. That is 2 wounds. 2 more dead. They're going to shoot their auto pistols into them. 1 hit. 1 wound. And 1 save. He's going to fire his needle pistol into them. That is a hit. Wounding on a 2. That is a wound. No arm AP, so 3 up. He's good. All right, Genestealers are going to start us off with the assault phase into them. They can't overwatch because of the mass hypnosis. So they ran 2 inches, so looking for a 7-inch charge. Getting it with 7 inches. Woo! And the Patriarch's going to charge. No, he's not going to make it in. And then the Acolytes over there are going to charge. 7 inches, I think that'll get them in. And then these guys are going to charge into the Bikers. Needing wow, I can't even spend a command point for that one. All right, the Genestealers are going to attack in there. They're going to be hitting on 2s because the Patriarch is just within 6 there. This is the first 20 of 80 attacks that are coming in there. So I missed 2 on that one. These are now wounding on strength 4, so looking for 3s to wound. All right. That one's cocked. All right. All right, so we've got 4, 8, 12 dead on the first set. Second set of 20. Wounding on threes. All right, so we've got another 4, 8, 12, 13 dead. I think that's the squad, so we don't even have to worry about it anymore. So that is, yeah, that is dead cultists there. And now the rock grinder is going to activate attacking into the bikers there. 6 attacks hitting on 4s because of the Primus. All right, 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds at AP -2. Makes one of them. There's already 1 wounded there, so he will be dead. All right, now he's going to activate his bikers. The guy with the fist is going to go first, hitting on 4s. Re-rolling the 1. The 3 doesn't get a hit because it's the modifier comes after re-rolls, but that's 1 hit. Wounding on a 2. That's a wound. Goes right through, so D3 wounds. 2 wounds, so he is dead. And then 2 of them going to attack into the truck. That's all hits. Wounding on 5s. No, don't do it again. Don't listen to him. Oh, that's 2 wounds. 2 5-ups. And make 1 6-up. No. Okay, so he takes a wound. And now the Dark Apostle is going to swing in. 3 attacks hitting on 2s. All hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1. AP -1. 6-up. Nope. 6-up. No. All right, so that is it for the cult turn here. So going to these guys over here. Let's see their morale test.
I need to roll a 1 to lose nobody.
If he rolls a 1, he loses nobody. He rolled 2, so he lost 1 guy. All right. So that is it for the Genestealer Cult turn here. We'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Alpha Legion on turn 3. All right, movement phase. These guys are moving towards my cultists over here. These guys all stayed in combat over here. They stood still. Biker Lord is coming up this way. These guys all stayed in combat, and those guys stayed back there. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. Start off the shooting phase. This squad is going to be firing into my Genestealers over there. So we've got 2 bolters hitting on 2 bolters, and then we've got 2 frag missiles, and then we've got 4 shots from the autocannon. So let's go with the how many frags are we gonna get? So we get 8 shots from the frag. These are all going to be hitting on 3s.
Sorry.
It's all good. All right, we'll come back to you with that. Oh no, that's pretty good. Yep. The Lord is gone now, so pretty good.
I like it.
Wounding on, we've got wounding on 4s and 4s, 5. Those both wound. 5s on the red. We got 1 from there, and then these are wounding on 3s. So 5-up is going to be the save on all of those. So that's 6 5-ups. 6 5-ups. And make 2 of them. Cool. Now the Chaos Lord is going to fire into them with his combi bolters. Hitting on 2s. Out. Wounding on 4s.
Come on, buddy.
We got 1 wound. Okay. Not as good. 5-up. Nope. Now this squad here is going to fire into the Genestealers. So we've got frags from the missile launchers. We're going to have, wow, 14 from there. So these are the frag shots that are hitting. So they're hitting on 3s, missing 3 of them. Wounding on 5s. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds there. 5 5-ups. Make 2 of them. These are bolters and a las cannon, hitting on 3s. All right.
Close to the Lord. So
they are close to the Lord, re-rolling the 1s.
nice.
Alrighty. So these are now going to be wounding on 5s and 2. Alright. So we've got 3, 4 total saves, 5-ups. Making none of them. And then the Hellbrute's going to fire into them. So the frag missile, 2 shots. And then we've got 2 las, all hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 5s and 2s. So we got 2 wounds, 2 5-ups. Nope, fail them both. And now these cultists are going to fire into my cultists. So we got 20 guys over here hitting on 4s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, wounding on 4s. All right, so we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 4,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8 wounds. So we got 8 wounds in there. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wounds in cover there, so looking for 4 ups. Failing 5 of them. All right. All right, that is it for the shooting phase. On to the assault phase. His Lord on a bike is charging into my Genestealers over there. And he is totally in. All right, so here's his Lord on a bike. He's going to start us off in the fight phase. He's got 4 attacks hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Strength 4, so win on 4s. He's got, wow, all wounds. So that's 4.
Power sword.
4, 5 up, invul saves. And I make 1 of them. All right, then he's going to activate his bikers into my rock grinder over here. So we're going to go with the fist first, hitting on 4s. Those are both hits. Strength 8, wounded on 3s. No wounds there. He's going to spend his last command point to reroll 1. No, back into a 1. And then the other 3 guys are attacking in here, hitting on 3s, rerolling because of the Dark Apostle. All right, all hits, wounding on 5s.
Guys, get it done.
I got 2 wounds. 2 5 up saves, making 1. And then the other one is a 6 up rugged construction. No, don't make that one. And now I'm gonna activate my rock grinder, D6 attacks. 5 attacks. So they're going to be hitting, he's gonna be hitting the bikers, so hitting on 5s. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. Nope. Now his Dark Apostle gets to attack in, hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1. Nope. No save there. And no rugged construction save. Wish it was the other way around, because then it would have been. No, I still would have missed it. All right. And now my Genestealers are going to attack into his Lord. We got 9 attacks there, hitting on 3s. Pretty good. I'll take that. Strength 4, toughness 5, so looking for 5s to wound. I got 1 wound at AP -1. Oh, and he does take a wound. I'll take it. All right, and that is it for the Alpha Legion's turn. Was that Alpha? Yeah, that was the Alpha Legion turn. I just had a heart attack thinking that was my turn that I just got slaughtered in. No, that was his turn. Okay, so these guys over here, they lost 17, so I'm going to spend 2 command points to keep them alive. And then these guys over here lost 5, so 5 plus 3 is 8, and their leader's still there, so they're good. Whew, wow, yeah, pretty good. All right, so I will take that. That is it for the Alpha Legion turn here, so we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult on turn 4. All right, movement phase. These guys moved closer to them over there. These guys moved up here. They stayed in combat. They moved up over that way. And these guys in here stayed still. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. Starting off here, the Magus is going to smite into the Chaos Lord. Getting it with an 8. Yeah, I'm going to spend a command point on that because I want to see if I can get 11. So here we go. Command point. Yeah, with the 5. All right, so D6 mortal wounds. Oh man, do this. If you come up 1, I swear, I'm just gonna quit this game if you come up 1. 2. All right, technically I don't have to quit, but still not great. I could have gotten that with a regular 1. All right, and now the Patriarch is gonna smite into him as well. Well done, dice. Well done. All right, into the shooting phase. These guys over here are going to fire into them. We got the 3 autoguns hitting on 4s. All right, we got 2 hits, wounding on 4s. 1 wound. No save. And then 2 frag grenades. Looking for 7 shots. Oh, these are -1, so I forgot about that for the previous. We'll have to check. So -1 to hit, so these are looking for 5s. Yep, that made a difference. Real glad I remembered. Sarcasm. Wounding on 4s. Okay, 2 wounds.
All right.
Can their t-shirt save them? Yes, 1 did. All right. And those guys are going to fire their auto pistols into the Hellbrute. 2 hits because he is within 12 inches. Have to be if I'm shooting the pistols. And then wounding on toughness. What is he? 7?
Yeah.
So 6s. Oh, I get 1 wound. Gonna do a damage.
I dare you to fail.
Come on. Yeah, he failed. All right. Way to go, cultists. Alright, so that's it for shooting onto the assault phase. My Patriarch's going to charge into his Chaos Lord there. 7 inches, he is in. And then those cultists are going to charge it into his Hellbrute over there. So here comes the frag shots, so 6 shots. And 2 las, hitting on 6s. We got 2 frag, wounding on 4s. Got 2 wounds, 2 5-ups. Yeah, they're dead. Good job, cultists. Good job. My aberrants are now going to charge over here. Getting in with 8. All right, so now my the Patriarch over there is going to attack in there. So he's got 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Strength. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Re-rolling because of his monstrous claws. So that's 2 that are at AP -6. And 3 wounds. So that is yeah, he did. He totally did. All right, so here we go. He's got 2 4-up invul saves. 1 goes through, so that's 3 damage. He only has 2 left, right? So yeah, he's dead. Okay, now he's dead. And now the aberrants over here are going to attack. 2 attacks each, 4 attacks, hitting on 4s because of they're using the power hammers. Alrighty there. Okay, 2 hits. Strength times 2, so wounding on 3s. Oh no, strength times 2, that's actually wounding on 2s, but regardless, that's 2 wounds. These are at AP -3. Yep, AP -3, so looking for 6s. No, doesn't make them, and they are 3 damage each, so that is 2 dead bikers. And then I'm going to activate my Rock Grinder, D3 attacks at this point. So 2 attacks, hitting on 5s into the bikers. No. Merp, merp. Now he's going to activate the bikes here. So we're going to go with the Power Fist guy. Getting 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound. Yep, that goes through. So D3 wounds. 2 wounds becomes 1 wound because of their ability. And then the regular guy is attacking in. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound. So no save there. And now his Dark Apostle is going to go into him. That's 3 hits. That is 1 wound. No save because it's AP -1. And don't make it with a 6-up. Actually, that did save. He's a 4-up save. All right. All right, and that is it for the Dark Angels. The Genestealer Cult turn here on turn 4. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Alpha Legion on turn 4. All right, movement phase here for the Alpha Legion. These guys have moved up towards my cultists back here. These guys all stayed in combat. These guys, a few of the bolter guys shuffled up over this way, and these guys all are shuffling around over here. He stood still back there. The champion moved over this way, because who's your lord now? Is it that guy back there is now his warlord because of I am Alfarius warlord trait. So that is it for the movement phase. On to the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, this squad here is going to fire into my Patriarch. So what do we got? These are the bolters. Red are the crack missiles, and then las cannon. All right, so these are all hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling because of the Chaos Lord there. Or re-rolling the 1s, I should say. All right, that one's cocked right there. All right. And now these are going to be strength. The red and the blue, the white are going to be wounding on 3s. They're going to be wounding on 5s. Bullets wounding on 5s. So we've got 1, 2, 3. 3 wounds there. And 1 wound from that. So the 3 bolter wounds. He's on cover there, so 3 ups. All right, made 2 of them. 6-up warlord trait. Nope. So he takes a wound there. And then -3 to that one. So 5-up invul save. Nope, goes through. D6 wounds. 2 wounds. Makes 1 of the warlord trait saves, so he's down 2 wounds. And then his Hellbrute there is going to fire into the Patriarch. So crack and las.
Come on, buddy, don't whiff.
Hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on a 3. No wound there. Chaos Lord there is going to fire his bolt pistol. That is a hit. That is not a wound. Now this squad is actually closer to my Patriarch, so he is going to fire with them into there. So we've got bullets. These are hitting on 3s. All right. Is there a lord there? Nope. All right.
And crack.
Crack missiles. That's 2 hits. And auto cannons. That one's cocked. Nope, no hit there. All right, so the bullets are wounding on 5s. Got 1 wound there. Crack are wounding on 3s. And then these are also wounding on 3s. All right. All right, so the armor save, 3 up. He's good. Then we've got the 2 crack missiles. AP minus 3, so we're looking 5 up invul. Failed both of them. D6. Oh, 10. 10. This is not looking good for Homestar Runner. So we got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 6-ups. If I don't get, what, 6 of these? Yeah, he is dead. So, not great. All right, and now his cultists here are going to fire into my cultists over here. So we got 31 shots between them. All right, we'll come back to you with that. Now wounding on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you. All right, 7 4-ups. I failed 1, 2, 3 of them. All right. And now he's going to activate the bikers in the fight phase first. So we got the guy with the fist first, hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. Oh, no, yes, 2s. So that's 2 wounds. Those just go straight through. So first one at a time. So that is D3, so that's 2, does 1 wound. And then another 1 wound, so there's 1 that is dead. And then the chainsaw guy, re-rolling because of the Dark Apostle. That's 2 hits. That is no wounds. And now my aberrants are going to activate, hitting on 4s because of the weapons. That is 2 wounds. So 2 6-ups. No, oh, 1 makes it. All right. D3, just 3 wounds, so 1 is just dead. Now he's going to activate the Dark Apostle. So that is 3 hits. No, 1 wound. No save. Oh, 6 up. Yeah, with the Filfers. Woo! Then my Rock Grinder. D3 attacks. 1. Not a hit. Okay, and that is the end of the Alpha Legion turn here. So going over to morale phase. These guys lost 3 guys, 3 plus 1. They're good. All right. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Genestealer Cult here on turn 5. All right, movement phase. These guys stayed in combat. He moved up. They advanced up there. And these guys stood where they are. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. And he is going to start us off by casting Mass Hypnosis. Getting it with 7. All right, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. He's going to fire his pistol into them. That is not a hit. These guys are going to fire frag grenades into them. He's got 6 attacks. 6 hitting on, they're within 12 now, so they're going to be hitting on 4s. All right, wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds. 2 6-ups. Wow. What do you do against that? You crazy bastards. So the Genestealers are going to charge in, and they make it. No Overwatch because of Mass Hypnosis. Starting off the fight phase, the Genestealers are going to attack in. 9 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wow, pretty good. Strength 4, wounding on 4s. All right. Still not bad, I guess. So we've got 2 at AP minus 1 and 2 at AP minus 4. So 2 I think are just dead. And then we got 2 at 4-ups and makes 1 of them. And then activating my aberrants into the biker. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 2s. Whoa! 1 wound! Don't save it! Okay, good. Wait a minute. There's still a chance. Come on. 2 wounds. Okay, he's... Oh no, it's D3. It's 3 wounds. Okay, I forgot they got the hammers. Okay, yeah, he's dead. Okay, thank you. Ugh. All right, the Dark Apostle's going to smack into the truck. That's 3 hits.
Come on, baby.
That is 1 wound. No save. 6 up. Rugged Construction. No, so he takes another wound. D3 attacks back. 3 attacks back. No hits. Bwomp bwomp. All right, and now these guys are going to attack into my pure strains, hitting on 3s.
Wow.
All right.
Come on, guys.
Wounding on 4s.
Protect the guy that might actually be Alfarius.
Got 3 wounds. That's enough to kill him. 3 5-ups. And that does kill them. I'm going to spend command point. And he saves it, so there's 1 guy left. All right, and that is the end of the Genestealer Cult turn here. These guys lost 3 guys, right? So 3 plus 6. 6, they lose 1. 1 guy runs away, right? Because they got 8, leadership 8. Yeah, so 1 guy runs away. All right, I'll take that. So that is it for the Genestealer Cult turn there. We will... these guys lost 2, right? 2. What's their leadership? 7, right? All right. Losing 4, they're good. 6, right? 7, they're good. Yeah, so they're good. They lost 2 guys. So 2 plus 4 is 6. They're good. They lost 2 guys. Oh no, he did save. I forgot. They didn't lose anybody because of the double 6 save. Oh, that was ridiculous. What crazy t-shirts they have. So that is it for the now it's it for the Genestealer Cult turn there on turn 5. So we will come back to you with the Alpha Legion turn 5 here. All right, movement phase for the Alpha Legion turn 5. These guys moved up. He disengaged over here. These guys stood still. Those guys stayed in combat, and he moved up over here. So did the Hellbrute. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, this squad here is going to start us off with the shooting. Bolters and auto cannons are going to go into the aberrants over here. The crack missiles are going to go into the rock grinder over here. So these are auto cannons and bolters. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, no rerolls. That is strength 7, right? So that's 2 wounds there. AP -1, right? So these are going to be looking for 6-ups. Not getting either of them. So they're 2 wounds, 2 damage each, -1 because of the aberrants thing. So 1 is dead. That's right, the crack. And the crack missiles into the truck. That is 2 hits. Strength 8, looking for 3s. We got 1 wound. AP -3, so that's just going to go straight through. D6 wounds. 4 wounds. If I can get 4 6-ups, show me them 4 fill faces. No, I got. Woo! I'm going to spend my last command point to try to save him here. Show me that fill face. Make me woo so hard. Make me woo so hard. No. So he's still dead. Oh, that was so close. The fact that I got 3, that just actually just rubs it in. The fact that he's still dead. Does he blow up though? Oh, I could have sworn that was going to come up there. So, no, he does. He's just dead. This squad here is going to use their pistols shooting to the Genestealer. That is going to be 4 hits. Rerolling 1s because of the Chaos Lord. All right, 5 hits. Wounding on 4s.
Come on, guys. Right in the face.
Getting 3 wounds. 3. 5 up. Invuls. No, he is dead. Hellbrute is going to fire into the into my Magus over here. 2 las cannons and a crack grenade, crack missile, hitting on 4s because he moved. That one's cocked. Yeah. All right, all hits. Wounding on 2s. That's all wounds. AP going straight through there. So do the 2 las first. Oh, actually, it's all D6. So that's he is way dead. He just splat. And now we've got these cultists are going to fire into my cultists. We've got rapid fire there, 18 guys left, so hitting on 4s. We'll come back to you. And wounding on 4s. All right, so we got 2 wounds there. 2 4-up saves because they're in cover. Make 1 of them, so 1's still alive. The second half now. Hitting on 4s, we'll come back to you. Wounding on 4s. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 6 wounds. Can he be killer awesome and make 6 4-ups? No, he is totally dead, and that squad is wiped. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how this game ends. With a resounding Alpha Legion victory here. Yeah, that game went downhill really quick. I think the fact that he just deployed perfectly, the thing was he was measuring out everything when he was deploying, which is exactly how you have to do when you play against an army that deep strikes and infiltrates like the Genestealer Cult does. So he just made sure that there was no bubbles there for me to get at his really juicy units, and he threw out a couple sacrificial units in the front there for my units to get all caught up in, and then fall back and just shoot the crap out of them. And that's how you do it. That's how you beat them. So he did it perfectly to a T. It was the best. The cultists back here, unbelievable. They managed to do some damage up here and then disappeared back over to here. Came through, killed the armored sentinel, and then killed off this cultist unit. What? That does that? You kidding me? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Especially those 2 6 saves. Come on, who does that? Oh man, apparently they do. But yes, that was a fantastic game. Yeah, my opponent Randall actually came all the way from Ohio. Him and his friend Brian, they both came, decided to take me on here, which is, I mean, it's a little mind-blowing for me that people wanted to drive all the way from Ohio to Savannah to play me, but I mean, I'll take it. I appreciate that. So we'll see if I can get my head outside the door with my ego boost of people driving from Ohio to play me. We'll find out, see what I can do. Actually, you know what? This drubbing that they gave me, that they came here, that keeps me level. So it's like, I feel real good about myself, and then they just destroy me. So keep me even keeled is what it comes down to. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly did. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Randall. Until next time, have fun.